All right, year 10s, here's the next video. For example, B, for today's questions. So this one here, y equals negative x squared plus 4, it's going to take obviously taking a little bit of a different shape compared to part A. So there are some different ideas that you need to be aware of. Number one, we've got a negative sign out the front. So hopefully by now you recognize that if there's a negative sign at the front of the equation, then we now have a graph that's going to be kind of looking like that, right? Inverted or upside down or negative, whichever term you like to use. But the big idea for today's lesson is now we've got a number added to the end, or sometimes we have subtracted as well. But when you have this number, which we call a constant on the end, well, there is a key idea about it. Before we actually take you to the textbook key idea, I'd rather just put it into Desmos and see if you can find it out yourself. So y equals negative x squared plus 4. Let's do it. So there's y equals negative x squared. You know it's a sad face. Let's put y equals negative x squared and then add 4. So I'll give you 10 seconds to have a look and see. Maybe you can pause the video, see if you can find what the plus 4 did. All right, so hopefully you're back and you can see that if you add 4, it just raises the same shape up 4 units. And the way that we can tell is originally with just y equals x squared or negative x squared, the turning point is at the origin, so 0, 0. But as soon as you add 4, it goes up 4 units. So now the turning point is at 4 instead of 0. So hopefully now you can recognize the number on the end, the constant on the end, raises or lowers the function. And that's it. So if it's a plus 4, it goes up. What about if it's a minus 4? It should go down. And look at that, it went down. Down 4 units to negative 4. So let's go to our key idea for this particular looking function. And it is here. For functions that look like this, with a constant on the end, we call that k. K translates, which means move the graph vertically. So that's up or down, all right? Like we established, when that number on the end is a positive number, the graph goes up. When k is a negative number, the graph goes down, okay? And so let's have a look at the question. So example B, so sketch this one, labeling the turning point and the y-intercept. So let's have a look at the example. And with this question, you can already see there are some key ideas now that we know. So for example, negative x squared means it's going to be upside down. So we've got a sad face. But we also know now that if it's plus 4 on the end, if we have a plus 4, that sad face won't be looking like this. It's going to be going up to positive 4. So the turning point will be at positive 4. All right. And the last thing that we need now is just a particular coordinate that we can use to establish the width of the shape. So similarly, what we did in the last example, we just find the coordinate when x is 1. So when x is 1, we'll just write this. When x equals 1, and now we just substitute x for 1 here. There it is. So we square it and then add 4. So 1 squared is 1. So now we have negative 1 plus 4 is just positive 3. So now we know the position of the turning point. It's at 4, right, on the y-axis, because of this number here. That tells us our turning point. And we also know one of the positions, so 1, 3 will be our coordinate, and then we can just draw the shape upside down. So let's do that. And we've got our answer right next to us, but we'll just do it here anyway. So we draw our X and Y axis. We label our arrows, label our X and Y axis, and we just roughly estimate the coordinates. And we can do that by putting some lines here. So here's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm simply just going to go ahead and label the coordinate of 1, 3. We did that with this work here. Now I know I can kind of gauge how wide this is all going to be. And my turning point is at 4. My evidence is right here. So let's go ahead now and just draw this shape. Let's do it. There we go. So I'll just draw or write in turning point and the coordinate. And that's how we do that one. And so for the next video, we'll do part C.